Hey, everyone! Welcome back to our channel. We've all been there, right? We've all had that one friend who just gets lost in their own world, so much so that we start to feel ignored, and important even. And when we finally do get their attention, their response is just a brush off. So we start to think maybe there's something wrong with us, that we're not enough. But what if it's not about us? What if the real issue is that we keep asking someone who's already closed the door? Because sometimes people do grow apart. Sometimes they change, and not every goodbye has to be permanent. But how do you know when it's time to stop knocking on that closed door? Well, this story might just give us an answer. Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a young man named Dalen. Dalen was known for his warm smile and his willingness to help others, but lately something had shifted. He declined a call from his friend, skipped an event he'd been looking forward to, and simply said, "Not today," to someone who needed his help. Those close to him noticed the change. They saw him sitting quietly by himself, reading, resting, reflecting. And when they finally worked up the courage to ask him what was going on, he simply smiled and replied, "Nothing." And that was when they realized he was no longer the same. They told him he was distant, that he changed, that he was being selfish, and asked him why. But instead of offering an explanation, he stood up, walked forward, and opened the door to his quiet strength. He didn't look back. He didn't apologize. He didn't explain his absence. He simply honored his presence. And in that moment, they understood that sometimes people do walk away and it has nothing to do with you. It took some time, but slowly those who loved him began to accept his new reality. They stopped pounding on his closed door and started minding their own. They still missed him, but they respected his choice. And as the days turned into weeks, they began to heal. Then one day, something amazing happened. As Dalen walked through the village, he saw a group of children playing. They were throwing open their doors and letting their laughter ring out. And in that moment, he realized that while he may never fully understand why the door had to close, it did, in fact, protect him. It kept him safe. It gave him space to heal. It allowed him to be honest about his feelings. It gave him the freedom to choose when and how to engage with the world again. So he smiled, knowing that sometimes you have to walk away from the people you love to make room for the person you are becoming. You don't have to explain your silence. Like Dalen, sometimes you just have to protect your time and let your no be your wisdom. So what's the takeaway here, you ask? Well, sometimes saying no is the kindest thing you can do, both for yourself and for those around you. It gives you the freedom to choose how you spend your time and energy and allows others to do the same. So next time someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, don't feel guilty about saying no. Just remember, you're allowed to be unavailable. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an upload. Until next time, everyone.